Hello, welcome to Topper Machine. I'm Josh Topper, and today's job is one for my brother-in-law. This piece of plate he brought me that he marked up with what he needs, and, well, let's get started on it, and I'll explain it as we go. All right, so we got it over here at the AV sensitive drill, and so he's got this marked out. He wants a 1.6-inch hole here on this little center punch mark he's got. So that's our center, and we'll center drill it, get our center, take it over to the lathe and bore that. But then he also needs it milled a 1/4 inch off down here, tapered this full piece. So it'll be thick here, thin here. So let's get this set up. This is going to be an interesting one. Alright, so the first thing I got to do is figure out just how it's going to fit in there. And it looks like we're going to have to use the outer jaws just for clearance for when we cut that hole. I'm just going to move it up close, eyeball it into place first before we do the actual indicating. That looks pretty close. Except I'm not going to get there with this. The jaws are actually hitting, so I think what I'm going to do instead, I'll try to grab it on the corners instead. Do it a little differently. This'll work. Yeah, that'll work. So we'll go ahead and get the center up here and start indicating to find center. So I'm just going to use this dead center in between my live center here, and I can already tell we're way off. In fact, quite an angle there. So I'm just going to eyeball that close. We'll start out there, and then we'll get the indicator on it and get it right. Well, I could spend more time indicating it and get closer, but it's not necessary. This isn't something, he's not looking for super precision here, so this is perfect. Next, we'll go ahead and go through with the drill, and then a larger drill, and then we'll bore it to finish size. Before I throw the drill in there, let's just spin it up to speed and see how it looks. I think that runs pretty good. All right, I'm gonna start with a 1/2 inch drill here. Put some anchor lube on it. This will be our pilot hole. All right, so you saw the drill slip on me in there. I already loosened it and we'll take it out. I've been looking for an excuse to do this for a long time. That's a good spot for it right there. So that was an old Chinese piece of crap chuck that I had that was 3/4 inch capacity. It was a nice chuck for the size. It was a piece of crap. I recently picked up a bunch of these Jacobs 18N chucks, and I haven't had a chance to check them to see if they're good. As far as for a revolving, spindle, I would really want to check them out. But for in the tailstock, I think we'll be just fine. So let's give this a try again and see if we can't get through this plate. Much better. Except I gotta throw away the chuck key that goes to that chuck too. Keep the right one on the lathe. Now I'll put in this 1.5 inches. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and slow her down to 68 RPM. Nice. We'll take our anchor lube again and put a healthy dollop on there. And here goes nothing. Now, I don't know what this metal is. This is some kind of mystery metal that Adam gave me to work with, so we have no idea what it even is. It was pretty pitted. It doesn't feel like A36 at all. It's not drilling like it. I don't know what it is. It's definitely not T1 or anything hard, so, but it's some odd stuff. Go ahead and speed it back up, and then we'll bore it to the 1.6 that he wants, so just under 1 5/8 inches. In fact, this boring bar is going to be too big, so I got to go to my smaller boring bar. Take 50 this first cut, and then we'll see where we're at. About 35 to go. I'm about 2 under. You know what? Let's just do it. I'm just going to come in and lightly touch it. right there. We'll see if that does it. Just about spot on with the caliper, so we're close enough. And like I said, he asked for, he didn't care about precision, he just needs a hole there. And this side is the finished side, so we'll go ahead and take the chamfering tool, just lightly touch it. All right, perfect. Go ahead and get this out of here and then figure out how we're gonna mill it. All right, so these clamps, I don't know if you can see them very well, but they are on a tapered slide there, and you tighten up a screw in here and they bite in further. So I've got this set up on 1, 2, 3 blocks. I got my 1/4 inch spacer here. Like I said, Adam didn't care how close I was precision wise. This is just a fixture, I think, for the transmission work he does. So we're just going to clamp down on each side. That'll push it down and hold it down. And that should work. We're going to try this. Hopefully it works. Like I said, this is not a perfect square, so we can't just hold it in the vise well. So we'll just see what happens. Well, that feels pretty solid. I guess we're going to go ahead and throw the cutter up here. We're going to use an indexable 45-degree end mill, or face mill actually, a small one. We're going to do this in several passes just to see how it reacts. I think I'm going to start at the top here and work this way just to kind of keep an eye on everything. So let's do that. Let's get it set up and cut. All right, well, let's see what she does. Let's bring it up till it touches. Now we're going to take 50 thou to start with. And just keep an eye on everything, make sure it doesn't move. It actually feels pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead and cut the whole thing here. That first cut came out pretty good. That was 50 thou. I'm going to stick with the 50 thou. That seems like a healthy amount. I didn't feel much for vibration as it was cutting. It seemed to handle it just fine. So we'll just keep going with that. All right, well, we'll take another 50. I'm just going to go feed this way. We'll use the power feed this time on the table. Just see how it does. Alright, so here's our last pass. We'll take this one, and then finish it off. Alright, go ahead and blow the dust. This is all rust dust. Just from that rusty there. See how that looks. And he said try not to touch here, which we left some material there. Well, that came out pretty nice. Oh, we'll go deburr this and should be ready to go for him. I don't know if you can see that there, little jaw marks where that bit in. It's a serrated jaw in there. That worked really well. Well, she's all done. So hopefully this works for him. What is it? I really don't know. I have no idea. Adam rebuilds transmissions. That's his whole business and does a lot of race car stuff, some high-end, high horsepower stuff. So this may be some kind of fixture for taking apart and reassembling transmissions. I don't know. But hopefully this works out for him. Did it how he wanted it. So I guess we'll find out this weekend when I give it to him at his son's graduation party. So his son and my stepson Christian are the same age. They graduated different schools, but same year. So we just had Christian's grad party here a week or so ago, and now Evans is this coming weekend. So we're going to be going to that. I'll give Adam his part here, and hopefully this works for him. So with that, till next time, get out in your shop and get it done right the first time.